Now may I start? Everybody is ready? Yes. A very sweet and lovely good morning to all of you. And I also respect my new lovely judges. I also respect you. Today I am here to speak something which plays a very significant role in our life. And my topic that is hurdles of Bihar. First of all, we know about that. What is Bihar? Bro, there in ancient time it is not a Bihar. It is known as Bihar. A Bihar at that time Bihar is known as for visiting monks and Buddhism. Do you know, friends, one thing? And that ancient time there are lots of emperors are born in Bihar, just like a Maurya Empire, just like a Gupta Empire. In the Gupta Empire, there one kingdom that's name is Chakravartin Ashok Samrat. Do you know one thing about that? In the kingdom of Chakravartin Ashok Samrat, there our India started from the Turkey and ended from the Myanmar. But we have to see at the present time what are the condition of Bihar. No any talk about that. Who is Chakravartin Ashok Samrat? He is from Patliputra. He is from Patna. But no anyone is known about that who is Ashok. But we talk about who is Shivaji. There are lots of persons who are known. Why? Because lack of promotion. There are lots of issues. That's why our Bihar become a backward state. Our Bihar become a not developed state. So let's talk about the hurdles of Bihar and what are the main points why the Bihar are backward. First point, that is our crisis of good leader. We also know that India is a democratic country in which people are chosen by the government. Do you think that if government are chosen by the people, then why the people are choose bad government? No. There is, my friends, there is one big reason, because in a previous day we have to see that there are lots of people, lots of the students choose the government by their caste. If you choose a good leader or a bad leader according to your caste, then it will be not developed, because a good leader they are able to do something which is helpful for develop our Bihar, but they will not vote. Why? Because he is not belonging my caste. If this type of happening in our Bihar day by day, then what will happen? It happens just like our Bihar. That's the reason our Bihar become a backward state, not a forward state. Second one, that is lack of education. As we know, my dear friends, there are lots of government schools are available. If you talk about urban government school, it is good, but it is not too much good if compared to our rural area. There are lots of government school are open, but lots of teacher does not give his or himself 100%. If they are not giving a himself 100% himself or herself, then what will the student of condition of the student? It feels just like you are know something, but you are not able to do anything. If this type of incident are clear, if this type of happening will stop in our.
How natural disaster is responsible for backwardness of Bihar?
First of all, you have to know about that. When a natural disaster like floods come in our Bihar, there are lots of villages are destroyed. Lots of people are facing lots of issues. First of all, there are lack of education, lack of electricity, and migration. If lots of people migrate one place to another place, then how we can say that it will be developed? It will be not developed. And our government doesn't pay attention. Where is our government? You know that Javania is such type of village where the lots of school, lots of buildings are destroyed by the floods. Our government disappear.
Which types of steps should be taken to control it?
First of all, we all have to educate and we all have to choose a good government by his or her work.
How we can choose a good government?
First of all, how you can choose a good government?
Yeah.
First of all, there are lots of good government. There are lots of good leaders. We are already available in Bihar, but due to some reason we can't save their face.
How can I know he is a good? He is not good.
By their work, by their working.
Which type of work?
First of all, if any leaders come in your state, if any leaders come in your village, first of all you have to talk what you will do for me, why I will get your vote. If they will promise, then first of all, lots of government also promise, but after winning election they forget about that. And you have to say that if you are not forget, then I will you get a vote.
In earlier time, Mr. Modi said in Champaran he opened the sugar mill. But after winning the election, he forget and he again visited that place. and also don't open the sugar mill in Champaran.
This is the corruption of Bihar. This is the corruption of our leaders. This, this
So
is
why people choose again him?
because people have a not.
Okay, Sachidanand Bhaiya, tell me, there is a question. Why the describe law and order in brief? Why the lack of law and order is one of the major problem in state like Bihar? And tell me 4 steps in which you can improve the law and order.
Law and order, it is one of the major issues why our Bihar become a backward state.
Describe firstly in short what is law and order.
Law and order just means if you want to do something in a good way. First of all, they are already mentioned in your constitution. Already mentioned in your what are you have to take a step if anybody take a action in a wrong way. This is but our lots we have to see that our lots of police officer, our lots of government politician, they will if you get crime, then they will suspend you, they will do against with you. But if you are a part of government, if you are a part of a police officer, then it will minimize your crime. It will minimize your crime. Why? Because lots of the leader because lots of leaders are part of the corrupted. Because lots of police officers are part of corrupted. Then why they will suspend you? Then why will they arrest you?
Okay. Why the lack of leader is one of the lack of law and order is one of the major issues in a state like Bihar.
Yes, because we also know about that, my dear friend. There are lots of crime. Just as two type of crime. First, that is one which is created by the two people, which is created by some people for destroying something, and another crime that is created by the lots of person who have facing lots of issues.
Okay, tell me 5 steps. Tell me 4 steps in which we can increase law and order in a state like Bihar.
First of all, you have to educate the person. And second one, that is all the person are take oath. All the person have decide to if I am a good citizen, I will.
But you are saying that we need to educate a person that after 6 months, after half an year, they are also become as a part of corruption. So what do you think about this?
Friends, you are discussing about or focusing on the settlements of industry in Bihar.
Yes.
But why we are not talking about to just because Bihar is an agrarian state. So why we are not working upon to increase our agriculture economy?
Bro, our government already pay attention on agriculture, but lots of the farmers.
Like what types of pay attention our government has?
There are lots of if you purchase some type of fertilizer, then lots of.
Just to purchase fertilizer and government provide schemes, it's not a solution.
Not a pay
because my dear
on
friend, the major issue,
attention on a small.
Just listen my question firstly.
Yes.
The major issue of Bihar is that after happening the agrarian state, they are facing problem floods and droughts somewhere. That is the major reason. There is lack of land due to which our state is not improving in the agriculture sector. That is the major reason. So how we will work upon that?
First of all, there are lots of industry which is available.
Why industry called the backbone of any country or a state?
Because industries gives a lots of things. Just like industry gives increase the economy of GDP, increase and also help for employees, and also it also reduce the casteism and also reduce dowry also.
Okay, how can we uplift the status of women?
First of all, in ancient time, in a previous time, we also know that India is a male-dominated country. And if you talk about currently Bihar is also known as male-dominated country. Well, there are lots of female persons are not allowed to go outside to get a huge knowledge about that. If lots of persons think about just like thinking, then what will happen?
But in many villages there are many female leaders. But why it is not?
Well, he is a mukhia and he is mukhia. But lots of good things, lots of whatever you want to do in your village, it is done by their husband.
What is the infrastructure and development of Bihar?
Infrastructure and
development of where? What is the relation?
First of all, if infrastructure is good, if infrastructure is well good, just like if I go PMCH, if road is not good, if lots of building are not well maintained, then what will happen? First of all, if traffic will be day by day increase, then our patient will be died in our road.
Okay, my question is why health infrastructure is responsible for the development of Bihar?
We also know about that health is wealth. If you
Yeah.
are not a, if you are not a healthy person, if you are not a mentally, health means that is mentally, socially, and economically. If you are not well healthy mentally, then how can you will develop our Bihar also develop our villages society? Because if health is not good, we have already seen that in our previous term, medical sector will not develop. If one type of just like a flu, cholera, typhoid, they are come in our village, there are lots of villages will destroy.
Okay, what is the role of tourism industries for the development of Bihar?
Tourism plays a very significant role to increase development of a state. First of all, we have seen that in Bihar there are lots of things which is best for tourism, just like Bodh Gaya, just like Patna, or just like Rohtas. But our government,
Okay, Mr. Sachin Anand, you have mentioned about the rural areas and urban areas school. That in rural areas the teachers are not providing the quality of education because they are not they are not giving their 100% to the student. But
Yes.
as far as I have seen that the students are not attending the class properly.
yes, it is also happen because you don't change the mind individually person. They are in a government school. There are lots of students. There are lots of they are interested to for education, but there are lots of students they are not interested in education. They think only if after completing my 10th matriculation I go somewhere and I earn money. If this type of thing, but in urban area there are lots of people are educated. If lots of people are
Listen
educated,
here now. I'm a student of Patna University, and you know that 70% attendance is mandatory here.
Yes.
But still, the students are not attending the classes regularly. Even their 70% attendance are not going to up to the 70%. So how can we blame the only the teachers? As far as I have seen that this blame should be only go to the students.
yes, it's a blame also for a student, but also from teacher, because in your family we have. I give you just an example. In our family, if our parents are not good, if our parents try to force to, if you are interested for education, you go education. If you are interested for earning some money, for go outside.
It means that you wanna blame your parents.
No, I'm not blame our parents. I blame our, if anybody is your senior, if they are good, if they are try to do best for your future, then you will do. But lots of headmaster of institution, lots of teacher and they doesn't pay attention money. Then what will happen?
Okay, another thing you have mentioned about the natural disaster, that every year we are facing this problem. The ways through which we can control over this.
First of all, we change our government.
Okay.
Okay, by the help of education, because lots of government are, when election is coming, they're providing lots of employees. Just like in election are coming, Bihar police vacancy already we have already seen that. But after winning election, there lots of vacancies are disappear. Where it is go?
Okay, you mentioned about that. First of all, we'll have to change the government, and for changing the government, we need to
Education.
we need to provide the education, and when the people will be educated, they can choose easily the good leader.
They may
Listen
try
here
to
now. No,
choose-
okay, listen here now, because now it is the climax point. As far as I have seen that educated people are diverting the mind of the uneducated people, that you should vote these people and you should not vote these people. So how can we believe on the educated people? Because already they are changing the mindset of the uneducated
Yes,
people.
there are lots of people are educated. If you talk about, every coin has two faces, but there are few educated person who divert their mind. If you are no, this is not good leader, this is good. But also you forget about mention that there are good person also available in our Bihar. They also say that this is good leader. If you give this type of vote, then maybe you are not choose a good leader. It also mentioned. But we also take a point demerit, not a merit point.
Actually, if everyone will be educated, then I think that it will be a very hard work to choose a good leader, because you know that everyone will have their own perceptions. So that's why it will be, maybe the people might find it very difficult.
If everyone will educate, first of all, they will try to make together, comes together, and they will decide to, if our government are, if there are lots of good leaders, if there are good leader come inside, come with the people, and we have to decide if you are come in my state, if you will be part of the government, if you will be become a leader of, then what will you do for me, and what will you do for my student, what will you do for my child?
Listen here, because you know that before contesting in the election, every leader makes so many promises, but after winning the election, they forget everything. So how can we expect that they will provide such kind of scheme? They
For
will provide.
choosing good leader, because lots of good leader are available, but they have not chance to enter politics. They have not good chance for enter politics.
Everyone has given the chance. Everyone can fight in the election.
Suppose,
Do you have you ever heard that anyone has stopped anyone?
let me complete. Because most of the leaders, most of the political parties, they becomes their background is criminal background. If a good leader try to enter in the politics, then the lots of criminal leader, they decide he's dangerous for our chair. He's dangerous. Lots of, but for the good leader, they heard a warning for kill by someone. If you good leader, if you raise voice against the corrupted politician, then your voice will be stopped by someone. It's also,
but also there is option that you can
First of all,
listen here. But also there is option that you can fight in the election without any party. Why we need that we have to fight with the BJP or RJD or any party?
first of all, we have to start it from Mukhia, then we started from Jila Parishad, then we started from MLA. After, because if you any normal person, they are not get fight for part of the just like CM of Bihar. They will know. First of all, they have to start it from Mukhia, Jila Parishad, after that Panchayat, after that MLA. Then if you are part of Vidhan Sabha, then we try to do our
So
best.
the question is that who has stopped to fight in the election? Those people, those are educated in Bihar. This is the question. Anyone has stopped them?
It totally depend on the politician party.
If you wanna fight in the politics,
Yes.
then also you can fight. It doesn't matter that whether you are getting the
I am just telling
ticket
you,
from
if
any
you are-
from
if
any
you-
party, whether it may be Congress or
if
BJP.
you are single good leader, there are lots of bad leader available, because people choose government by their getting votes. If you are a good leader, you become a only minimum vote, and a bad leader who become a lots of vote, then who will win? Bad leader win.
So what is the value of education? In first point you have mentioned
will
about the
change,
education.
they
That,
will
listen
change.
here. In first point you have mentioned about the education, that when people will be educated, they can easily choose the good leader. And now you are mentioning that if there are if there are two individuals, one side there is a good leader, another side there is a bad leader. Then the people, if the majority are goes to the bad leader,
Yes,
then
yes.
they will definitely they will win the election. So where is the value of the education?
Yeah, let me complete.
Definitely you will have to
Definitely.
complete.
Sir, we have to see that first of all we have to work upon a small wages, a small terms. If I think that I will change I will change independent, I will change very fast, but it is not go too fast. It takes time. Slowly. We have to already seen that in a Kerala there are no any single governor of CM whose kingdom for 10 years, 20 years. But in Bihar we have to see that there are,
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sachidanand,
yes.
you set a hierarchy of like a Mukhia and Jila stand
Yes.
properly. Okay, Mukhia, Jila Parishad, MLA, CM. This is the hierarchy what you set. So, have you any example of any people around you that became a person like?
There are so many people, but I am telling you, there are lots of people who try to develop our.
Lots of people can't be that level of that. What had you said hierarchy?
No. I forget about that name. Who belongs from Begusrai district. Whose name who is also part JNU college, and I forget about that name. He becomes a good leader because due to lots of corrupted leader, due to lots of issues. That's why he did not become a good leader. Because if they started from MLA, they started from MP. First of all, we also, but they're in a environment of bad leader
How
only.
we choose a CM? What is the process of choosing a CM?
If I talk about choosing the process of CM, by their
What?
by their taking votes, and if any good CM, if any bad CM, I will not discuss.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned in your speech that poor people can't change the mindset of poor people.
Poor people can't change the mindset of poor people.
Can't change the mindset of poor people. We can't change the mindset of poor people. Okay.
I'm not mentioned that.
Okay, you mentioned. That's why I written here.
Okay.
Okay, you forgot everything. Like whatever you said, you forgot.
No, I maybe.
Okay, how to choose a good leader?
First of all, we have to get a new leader chance.
How to give a new
Just like a Jan Swaraj party who is come inside the Bihar, and he talk about what are the problems of Bihar. But
Okay, and more. Okay.
and if any leaders, maybe they are bad, they are good. First of all, we come inside. Our first morality is that is, if you are come in Bihar, if you come in my society, then what will you do for me? What will you do for my student? What will you do for my parents? What will you do for our state?
Okay, and more.
If they said, I am doing for this, I am doing for that, I am doing for your parents for this, I also doing for my state development of this is like.
So this is the reality of ground reality. It is ground reality.
This is I'm not, maybe it's ground reality, but if for choosing a good leader, it's ground reality.
Okay, I don't think so. It happened anywhere in Bihar.
It never happened in Bihar.
So how you can say that?
If you I can say only one line.
As you mentioned that we can't change the mindset of poor people. How it can happen?
We can't change mindset of poor people, because they think only that if I am a poor and
How
I am
to change it?
How to, first of all, they educate the poor people, and they have able to decide what is good and what is bad for our
Okay,
family.
why government are not ready to educate the people?
People are also our government also pay attention, but not a huge pay attention, just like urban area.
What is the difference between pay attention and huge pay attention? What is mean?
Pay attention means this is my.
They are not ready to give education or quality education to the people of Bihar. Listen.
Yes.
If they will provide quality education, then when people got quality education, then they will not select that poor government, bad government. That's why they are not providing quality education. That is the main reason.
Yes.
And that could be the board bank of the government.
Yes. Poor people are also vote bank for vote bank of.
So why we need to provide quality education?
It's just like I was just telling you. If you belongs to good family.
It is proven that I said. And we should avoid poor people to voting.
I say only one thing. If you want to educated, if you want to learn something, if you want to see what are happening around, first of all, we have to educate it.
That is not considered. That is not concerned. Whatever you are saying, that don't exaggerate anything. Just tell me the answer, main answer.
I have not a huge knowledge about that, so I'm not satisfied with my answer to you.
Okay, you have huge knowledge.
Tell
me the quality of a good leader.
First of all, if any good leader comes in our society, in our Bihar, they don't promise fake, they don't do fake promises. If they do fake, but we have to see that lots of time, any leader come in our Bihar, any leader come in our society, they first of all they do fake promises. If lots of leaders have,
okay, that is the quality of leader.
No, I'm just telling you. If good,
why are you exaggerating? Why are you telling this?
Okay.
The quality of leader.
If good, first of all, they don't do fake promises. They want to know about their work, not their name. And third one, that is.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We can live with feedback. What goes to next feedback? What is feedback? Start.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Muskan, and today I am going to demonstrate the topic Bihar. As we know, India is one of the largest in the world. There are so many states in India, but Bihar is one of them. Bihar is located in eastern India, with Patna as its capital. There was many powerful empires like Gupta and Mauryan dynasties. Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya and his grandson, the Ashoka the Great, ruled from Patliputra and spread Buddhism across Asia. It was once the center of global learning like Nalanda universities and the Taxila, etc. Even today, Bihar is famous for its hardworking people, talented youth, and rich culture. But however, despite its glorious past, Bihar faces so many hurdles in the development. Like first, crisis of good leaders. In Bihar, there is lack of good and educated leaders because people choose leaders on the basis of caste and creeds, and representatives make so many promises before election but fail to keep their promises after winning election. So we need ethical, educated, and strong leaders who can bring real progress and development to the state. Second is lack of education. In Bihar, lack of education is one of the biggest hurdle in development of Bihar because as we can see that in many rural areas, most of the people are not educated because they don't have access to quality education, good teachers, proper learning modes, and equal learning opportunities, which leads to limited career and development opportunity to students. Third reason is lack of health infrastructure. Bihar's lack of infrastructure is not much very good because as we can see that in most of the rural areas there is no good hospitals and clinic, and also there is shortage of good doctors and nurses, and there is inadequate health facilities and equipments. So people are forced to rely on a private healthcare, and many people are forced to go to another state to get treatment. And fourth reason is lack of industries. Bihar's industrial growth is held back by poor infrastructure, low investment, and skills gap. So this is the reason of high unemployment, poverty, low per capita income, and slow urban growth. So it will be very difficult to attract major industries without the implementation of a strong policy and the infrastructure development. The fifth reason is status of women. In Bihar, status of women is very low because in most of the rural areas, girls used to get married at early age by dropping out her schools, and after getting married, they dependent on their husband, and they don't have a decision-making power, and they don't feel confident. So this is the hurdle in the development of Bihar. And the sixth reason is overpopulation. In Bihar, overpopulation is the biggest hurdle in the development because it puts so much pressure on natural resources like land, water, food, and also there is scarcity of.
Okay, my question is, if you are government, then what steps you do to decrease, to remove the hurdles in the development of Bihar?
If I were the government, I take various steps. Like I first focus on providing quality education everywhere because I think when the people will be educated, they can think what is good and right for them. And second, I focus on
But you can also see that most of the peoples are educated, but they often think about that.
what think about that.
They often think about that when they are educated, they don't know about what is good and what is wrong for them.
Because I think education doesn't mean only bookish things. Like, education is on mind. If they are educated and they don't take decisions what is wrong and right, I don't think they are educated.
Why industries is responsible for the development of Bihar?
Because industries is called the backbone of any country or a state. Because any big industry is set up in any state or a country, it increases employment, decreases poverty, and also there is development of many things, and it also decreases caste system.
Okay. Why status of women is low in Bihar?
As I mentioned, that the status of women is low in Bihar because in most of the rural areas, girls used to get married early by dropping out her schools, and after marriage, they dependent on their husbands, and also they are economically dependent on their husbands or either or their family, and they don't feel confident. And I think if the woman is educated, they can contribute positively in the economic of Bihar.
How does competent leaders responsible for the development of Bihar?
The competent leaders are responsible for the development of Bihar because if the leaders are not good, then how it can develop any state or country? And in Bihar, there are so many corrupted leaders who cannot bring a real progress and development to the state.
My question to you that you are again and again mentioning in your point that girls are getting early marriage in rural areas. But according to data, I would like to mention that 1995 it was 29% girls was getting married earliest. But nowadays it is it get decreased and comes at 5%. So why are you focusing again that girls are getting early marriage?
Because he is asking that why status of women is low.
No, but it's get loose now. It gets loot. According to data, I'm giving you the
Because
points.
even today in rural, most of the rural areas,
No, no, no.
girls
You are
are
just-
getting early
You are
married.
just saying that you have just learned the fact. That's why you are saying, but it's not happening at the rural areas right now.
But
It was before that it was happened, but right now it's not happening.
How can you say that? Because I am
According
seeing
to
this
data, I'm putting
situation.
according to data, I'm putting you na. How
And
can you
also
say
the
it
rate of dropping out of schools of girls is low, madam high.
Okay, so government are providing lots of facility regarding to join schools and higher education for girls. After that, what is the where is the fault? Guardian is the there is the fault of guardian or government fault that girls
I
are
think
losing.
both, because if parents don't want to educate their children, then there is fault. And government is also not much focusing on the welfare of women. If they
Why
focus,
government are not focusing on welfare of women? Because Sayya or Didi, these type of some schemes are running in
because the
Bihar.
government are only focusing on giving short-term welfare for only winning
Okay,
votes,
let's my another
but they are
question.
not focusing on long-term investment.
Okay, let's take my another question that floods is a major issue in Bihar. So, what is the role of Nepal to stop floods in Bihar?
Sorry, I don't have much knowledge about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my question, Muskan. My question is from you that why crime and corruption is one of the major problem in Bihar. And tell me, if you're a part of government, so what are the steps you need to take?
Because in Bihar, as we can see, that there is many delayed injustice, and rich people always get free and roam freely on the road. That because they are not because they are not punished, delayed injustice.
Okay, if you are the part of government, then what are the steps you need to take?
I I I will focus on making strict laws. Then any crime will happen in any state or country, then I will punish them immediately.
Okay, comment on the education system of Bihar.
What?
Comment on the education system of Bihar.
In Bihar, educational system is not much good if compared to another state like whatever, I don't know. Because Bihar education system is not good, because as I see that many universities are there, but they are not focusing on providing quality education. Because if we are doing any degree in that college or university, we are not going to get a job of higher paying salary.
Okay, relate industries with infrastructure.
Industry with infrastructure. If infrastructure is good of any state or Bihar, then it will help in improving industries, because the infrastructure is roads, housing, healthcare. I mean, if we focus to develop infrastructure, then it directly affects.
Okay, what are the steps you need to take to uplift the status of women, especially in rural areas?
First, we should focus on that women is not dependent on their husbands or their family. First, we focus on independent women by making so many skills. We should upskill them to get any job if they are good at any skills like stitching, cooking. So we should focus on that and uplift them.
Okay, why the government?
Muskan, well spoke. As you mentioned in recently just now, that we are not going to get a job of we are not going to get a higher paying job, like what the job are paying you as high much, like 1 lakh 2 lakh paying.
Yeah, I mentioned that because in Bihar, if any universities
Please.
like if mentioned Patna University and Patliputra University, and if we are doing BCom, BA, B Science in that university, we are not going to any good job. We are not going to get any
What are you
good job.
pursuing right now?
What?
What are you preparing for right now?
I am doing BCom with professional degree along with professional
And
degree.
what are your what do you expect paying LPA like a 2 lakh 5 lakh
Because
10
in
lakh?
other state, as I said, Delhi University. If that city, if anyone is doing only BCom, they are going to get a higher paying salary job, because their quality education is good and placements are also good. But in Bihar, like Patna University and Patliputra University, I don't think placements are good. and if we are wasting our 4 years, we are going to get a job, good job.
Okay, do you need any time like feel like I need empowerment or woman status, anything like that? Do you
In
feel?
Bihar, no.
Not in Bihar. Do you feel?
No, I don't feel, because luckily I belong to family where my parents support girls' education and there is no
Okay.
discrimination in my house. So I don't think, because if I think from my point of view, for me, I don't about any other women.
Okay, is there any need of empowerment to the women in
If they
Bihar?
are in the, yes, there is need of empowerment of women, mainly rural areas.
I don't think so. Any sector there is need of empowerment.
Why? Why?
Why? Why we need? Why a girl need empowerment? If not.
Hello. 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 Hello.
I don't think so. There is a need of empowerment to the women.
But
If you ask me why, because if their parents are concerned about education, they will send to the children to any higher city or anywhere so that she can get a quality education. That's it. Why it is need of empowerment?
because if any family, their parents are not educated, and if women are taking steps to protest against that, I want to educate myself, so then we should empowerment in that case, that after that, if women will be educated, they can educate their children.
Okay, when she asked you that if you were a government of Bihar, what would you do? So what would you do in a like a what we can say population sector? We have to decrease population day by day. We are increasing. So if we have to decrease, what would be your steps regarding this?
I think we should minimize the poverty by educating them, because most of the people in Bihar are dependent on agriculture because they are not educated and skilled. So we should focus on upskilling them, and we should focus on education,
Only education.
not by awareing them that what step.
So only through the education we can set this decrease the population.
Not by upskilling them also, but education is the main thing that we can improve anything.
Okay,
to
anything
development.
else? There's no need of anything else.
I think, but I'm not recalling right now. There are many things.
Okay, girls are getting early marriage. When he asked that girls are getting early marriage, right now it is happening in rural areas.
Why it is happening in rural areas?
Right now it is happening in rural areas.
Because their parents are not educated and they don't know the importance of education. That's why their daughters are getting married at early age.
Okay, where are you from? Rural areas or urban areas?
Urban areas.
You are from Patna?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the like bad qualities of urban areas
Bad qualities.
in like population? You know, in rural areas only people are getting grow, like getting and growing population. But what about urban areas? Is there any people of urban areas? There's no fault of their.
There is no fault of course,
Of them.
because many people are migrating from rural areas to urban areas.
So the people of urban area are not contributing population in.
I didn't say that urban area is not contributing.
So
in
why
population.
we are only just judging the people of rural areas?
Because in most of the rural areas, it is seen that people use girls are used
People
to
of
marry
urban areas
earlier.
they are not seeing. We are
What?
not seeing them.
Because most of the people scam from rural areas to urban areas in the search of education, job opportunities.
Thank you, Muskan.
Okay. Friends,
No, sir. Okay, Ms. Muskan, you have mentioned about that crisis of good leader and educated leader. Do you know what is the qualification of Nitish Kumar?
What is the qualification of?
Yes.
Yeah, he is educated. I know.
He is an engineer.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what kind of qualification we need?
I think honest leaders we need, and they can stick to their promises. And after willing,
If he is not honest people, then why he has been governing for 20 years?
because it is the system of Bihar that people elect same leaders year by year. If by coming election they minimize the cost of everything, and people
If same thing will go on in the till the future, it means that we can't remove everything, whatever is happening in our state.
But I don't think these things are controlled in my hand. If it is happening, what should I do?
What should?
What should I do? Because it is, I am not the only one who is giving both to them. You know, many people are giving. So how can I change
If being
this?
an educated girl, you are saying that what can I do about the uneducated people?
Because every people should be aware from that we should.
Everyone is aware that Nitish Kumar is not doing good work. So why we are unable to change him?
Because people are greedy. Most of the people are greedy, and the government focus on short-term welfare. And before when election came near, they focus on minimizing all the cost of things, and people used to vote again and again them.
Okay. Another point you have mentioned about that women are we need to empower the women. Why?
We need to empower women, because in most of even today, most of the women and girls are dependent on their husbands or either on family, and also they don't feel confident.
But if you talk about the empowerment is that government should have given the reservation in anything. And I think that in every sector, government has already given so many.
But we see that in rural areas, many female leaders are there, but their decisions are made by their husbands, not by them. Then how can we say that women are empowered in that place?
But if you talk about the job sector, you know that recently our government has given the 35% reservation to the women. So what do you think? This is not the upliftment of status of women.
Yeah, it is just slowly upliftment the status of women, but even today, most of the women are dependent on their husbands. In most of
Definitely, actually, male is considered as the financial handler. That's why they are dependent on their husband.
Why discuss here? Why women can't, and why women can't be economically?
Because the women are misusing the power. That's why.
What?
Women are misusing the power. If anyone is given the freedom, then she is misusing the power.
How can you say that
definitely.
she is misusing the power?
Definitely. I have so many examples. Recently, you know that one girl who has qualified the UPSC exam, after that she got married with another boy. If same thing will happen, then what will think about the educated people that I will not provide education?
You can't say that if one girl is doing that most of the women do
but
that.
We can take
that.
But we can take.
But only by saying that we can't.
But we can take the inspiration from that girl.
So many boys and men are doing wrong. Men are taking inspiration from that.
I already know that male are defamed already. So what about the girls?
Yeah, my only answer is that we can't get inspiration from only.
And also recently, you know that
there are also many good women who are.
I'm telling you the recent cases that so many people was murdered by the girl. She is not murdering directly, but she is doing indirectly.
But you are
it means that she is misusing the power. That's why we should not provide the freedom to the women.
But I think I don't think men are given the power from very early, and this is not like that. Women are given power and they are misusing it, because they are their rights. Power is their rights. So we should not be the one who is giving their rights and they are misusing it.
Okay. Hello everyone, this is Karthik Singh. I am here to demonstrate the topic Bihar. First of all, we live in Bihar. The word Bihar is derived from Sanskrit and Pali word Bihar. This means about visiting place of Buddha. The established date of Bihar is 22 March, but it is legally accepted in 1 April 1912. The total area of Bihar is 94163 km square, which is equivalent to 3635 square mile kilometer. But in area wise, Bihar is in 12th position, and in population wise, Bihar is in 3rd position. The total, as we know, Bihar is a landlocked state. In east we have West Bengal, in west we have UP, in north we have Nepal, in south we have Jharkhand. The literacy rate of Bihar according to caste survey of 2023 is 29.7%, in which male literacy rate is 84.9 and female literacy rate is 23.9%. So we can say that Bihar is growing very smoothly, but it is good. But there are lots of hurdles in the development of Bihar, because in earlier time Bihar is called glorious state, but nowadays it lost its glory due to first crisis of good leaders. Crisis of good leaders. As we know, India is a democratic country. There are 28 states and 8 union territories. Bihar is one of them. So we can definitely say that Bihar is also a democratic state in which rulers and ministers plays an important role to choose or run a government. After independence, lots of rulers were ruled over the Bihar. Some are great and some are corrupted and selfish. They don't do any work in the ground level because they do fake promises and they digest all the funds released by the central as well as state government. Second is our lack of education. Lack of education is, as we know, education is that powerful weapon by which we can change whole world. But in Bihar, our government has failed to implement a strict and healthy education system to educate everyone. Because in 2011 census said that Bihar literacy rate is 20%, in which male literacy rate is 22, female literacy rate is 51. But it's compared to nowadays literacy, it is nowadays literacy is growing very well, but not growing so boom in education. So we have tried to implement a new or modern technique to educate everyone. Third is our lack of health infrastructure. As we know, Bihar is one of the most populated states in India.
Where is the question?
How to flourish the image of Bihar?
How to
Flourish the image of Bihar.
flourish means
Flourish.
uplift. We should uplift by advertising Bihar status. We have to improve infrastructure first of all, because we don't have a good infrastructure. In my opinion, not expressways available in here there in compared to other states, and we have tried to promote a good infrastructure. That's it.
How does competent leaders are responsible for the development of Bihar?
Because lots of rulers were rule in Bihar, they can't do welfare of the and developing to Bihar. They digest funds, they and many others they can't do.
What reforms are needed to what reforms are needed law and order for in Bihar?
Huh?
What reforms are needed improve law and order in Bihar?
We should improve first strict fine system, because most of the people don't do fine, so they easily surpass the rule and regulation. We should implement a strict fine system.
Only fines.
Yeah, fine is one of the best thing to implement a healthy law.
Okay, what is the role of industries in Bihar? Being a responsible citizen of Bihar, what are the steps can you take to minimize the hurdles for the development of Bihar?
Hurdles. First of all, I try to improve infrastructure, education system, and status of women.
But you think educational system is not good in Bihar?
What?
Educational system is not good in Bihar.
I don't mention his education system is not good in Bihar. Education is improving day by day in Bihar, but it is not improving at the way that other state is growing.
Okay, the next question: how should we uplift the status of women in Bihar?
We should uplift the status of women by women empowerment, decision making power, and and decision and educate.
Why is there so much crime and corruption in Bihar?
Crime and corruption, because no one had to say and no one raise his hand, because here the law and order is very poor, and anyone who raise his hand, they got killed by dirty politicians.
Okay. Why visitors don't like to come Bihar? Because but there are so many places to visit.
We don't able to introduce our glorious places in all over the India. We try to promote in social media, in TV, and in ads also. We try to make a good connectivity. There is in many places.
Okay. Okay, Karthik. Tell me 5 ways in which you can promote tourism in Bihar.
Bihar. First of all, I promote Pachmi Champaran, because at that place, Lord Sita, Mata, spiritual power. And second is, the first largest mountain of Bihar is situated also in Pachmi Champaran, which is in Ramnagar. And second is our Rajgir. I think Rajgir is well developed, but we try to improve more. And third is Nawada.
So what are
Goa,
in what way?
Gaya.
In what way you can promote? In what way?
In what way? First, that same answer we try to promote in social media because social media is the way by it is a faster way. We try to promote, and in news advertising in newspaper as well as TV.
Okay, tell me why the safety and security is one of the major concern in a state like Bihar. Why safety and security?
Safety and security, because their law and order is very poor condition.
No, how can you say that government is modernizing the police force and taking strict against corruption? So how can you see that it is the main reason?
Till 10, 15 years, it will be improving. But before 10 years, it is not in a very well condition.
So after 10 or 15 years, it will improve. So what is the need of educated people here?
Need of educated people, try to improve it. Because if we don't have educated people, we can't have rational mind. We can't.
Why they are not able to? Why they are not able to decrease this condition, decrease this activity in a state like Bihar if they are educated?
What?
Why the?
Yeah.
Okay, Karthik. Why there's a need of empowerment to women?
Women empowerment, because mother is our first teacher.
Okay.
Who teach us, and if our mother is illiterate, they don't know the benefit of education. So
Empowerment education.
in education we try to women
Education. I mean to say that empower means education.
there are lots of way of empowerment, but I want to speak in education field. In education field, women empower is good for
Okay,
state
there's
welfare.
one field education.
Yeah.
And more.
More is people are got discipline. If our mother is think about the national.
I don't think so. There's a need of empowerment to our mom. There's no need.
No need. Yes, everyone
But
there.
let's talk about a woman who is struggling in right now for jobs and anything. Regarding that,
Please repeat, bro.
regarding jobs, women are trying to get a job. So in this field, they need empowerment.
Yeah, regarding job, there is a criteria to hire any women. If our women are fulfill this criteria, anybody can give him job. In compared to men, women are easily
Okay,
get
okay.
job.
In the area of jobs,
Yeah.
what women have done anything like big, like what men, if they are inequality, if they are like a said we have set equality in men and women.
Yeah.
So what women have done anything like men has done?
Bro, nowadays men is more powerful than women, but we try to promote women because women are
So
not.
no, suppose we have given everything, empowerment, status, higher status.
Okay.
So what woman has done anything in our society for our country, anything except our mom has done, that is relation, that is something else.
First of all, both men and women have their same mindset, same equal.
Only tell me about women. Only tell me about women.
I tell IQ level is equal. So they can't do in physically in compared to men, but in mentally they able to do every work as compared to men.
Is there any example of that woman has done it?
Women like first pilot who is I forget his name. We know Smriti Mandhana is a good cricketer.
Okay.
And Mary Kom, he's a good fighter.
Okay.
And
You are choosing only one person in one field, like in cricket one, in badminton one.
Yeah. And in education, our
I don't think so. There's a need of empowerment. I don't think so. There's a need of they don't have any leadership quality. I don't think so. There's a richest woman in the world, like a best industrialist in the world. Is there any name you remember? Anything?
No, I don't know.
The best CM, anything? I don't think so.
I know industrialist. She is Radhika Merchant. She is also a industrialist.
One can't change the world.
One can't change the world, but
they change the world. Okay, let's talk about the by education we can win whole world. You mentioned while giving delivering a speech.
We can change whole world. Change whole world.
What I said. By education we can
change
the world or win the world, anything.
Okay.
That is the same thing.
Okay.
So have you ever seen or known any person who has the higher qualification, like a Gelson or something? Educated people are ruling the world.
I think.
I don't think so. I think no. What? I don't think so.
No, educated people rule over the world because I don't say that. I said changes because if people are educated and skilled, they do lots of work.
You said that by giving or providing education we can change the world.
Yeah, change.
Only they can.
It don't mean that we rule over the world. It means that we try to invent, like we invent a digital board.
Okay,
education.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Karthik. Just I will come on the hot topic which is going on in Bihar.
Yeah.
My question is to you that why the crime is increasing in Bihar?
Crime is increasing.
Yes.
I think, bro, it's my personal opinion. Last 10 year crime is decreasing, but in few months it will be increasing by due to election.
Do you think that we should consider right now our state as murder state, because in past time it was considered as jungle state?
Yeah.
A jungle raj.
Yeah.
So do you think that right now we should consider it as murder raj?
Do you?
We should consider it murder state or murder raj.
Yeah. In real time, na?
In right now, because the murder cases is increasing day by day.
Few because due to dirty politics, like few months before few months it will happen.
Okay, tell me the factor honestly.
Factor.
Okay, what are the factors there why it is increasing?
Opposition try to decrease the image of ruling government.
Oppositions
try to decrease the image of ruling government.
Listen. If opposition is directly or indirectly is murder any person, it means that how can we say that it is?
We don't have a rule to catch a goon, because every goons have a background. We have in background we have a sort of support of politicians.
I got it.
We cannot find the
listen. If any person is being murdered, if an individual and he is supported by the politician, it means that he is destroying the image of himself.
First, but we can't. First we have to prove now. We don't able to prove it. We don't able, because goon are not saying his name.
So how the people are arrested?
People are arrested. They are doing crime, so arrested, but they never speak the name. They never to
So it
say
means that we should not relate with the politicians, that politicians are supporting them.
it is a hide matter, bro. You can't have.
Okay, what is the another factor? It's factor that politicians are cooperating to the criminals. That's why it is increasing.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the another reason?
Another reason I don't able to say another reason.
Okay. One point that you have mentioned, that crisis of good leader.
Yeah.
Why it is happening?
It's happening because after independence, people are not educated. The Bihar people are not educated.
After independence.
Yeah.
But before the independence, the people were educated.
Before the independence, before independence, there is not a rule of democracy. There is a rule of British Empire.
Hmm.
Okay. So
So it means that the British rule was good compared to our rule. If India being a democratic country, if we are not given the rights to pursue the education, it means that the rule of the Britishers were good.
No, I think British rule are not good because they don't give up us to right fundamental rights. But after the independence, we have two rights to education. Speak on.
Actually, you are saying that after the independence, we are not getting the rights to achieve the education.
Yeah.
Okay, but before getting the independence, people were educated.
Yeah.
So it means that their ruling was good. That's why.
People are educated, but they are not well educated. They are not able. All over, very less people are educated.
But right now,
The people are literate but not educated. They don't have.
so also we can compare that their rule was good
As compared to that, people are more educated.
as compared to
That period, people are more educated.
in which period the people were more educated.
Now,
Now,
Yeah.
why?
because we have to improving education day by day.
So what do you think? What's your comment about the Bihar education system?
Bihar education system is good nowadays, but we try to another way, modernization to improve a lot.
We are modernizing.
Yeah, modernizing the education system.
Don't you think that when the people modernize themselves, in the time they can forget their tradition?
It don't mean education. If we modernize the education,
Because modernization leads to
Modernize in
the
sense,
lack
bro.
of traditions things.
modernize in sense, bro. I able to teach. In before 50 years, earlier time we able to teach in blackboard, and after whiteboard. But nowadays we have a digital board where we read as well as theoretically as well as 3D videos also. My mean is that we try to improve education system by which people are getting easy way to learn.
Okay, as you told about the modernization.
Yeah.
But also there are so many examples that modernization leads to the crimes and also so many things, vulgarizations.
Every point said their merits and demerits. If modernizes, there are the criminal also get a modern way to kill crime or murder.
Yeah.
So everything has their props and cons.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kayal and my today's topic is Bihar. As we know, India is the largest country in the world. India is the largest country in the world. There are 29 states and 7 union territories, in which Bihar is one of them. Because Bihar is a land of rich culture, intelligent youth, and lack of infrastructure, etc. It was the center of powerful empire like Ashoka and Gupta dynasty, etc. Bihar's GDP rank is at 14 among Indian states. Now we discuss about what are the hurdles in the development of Bihar. There are so many hurdles in the development of Bihar, like lack of good leaders, lack of education, lack of health infrastructure, and many more. Now we discuss about lack of good leaders. As we know, lack of good leaders is the biggest problem in the development of Bihar, because it leads to responsible, honest people to lead the society, institution, and government, etc., in the right direction. In many places, most of the leaders often think about their own profit rather than public welfare, and many leaders make promises during elections but fail to fulfill them after winning. Now we discuss about lack of education. As we know, lack of education is the biggest problem in the development of Bihar in today's time, because it leads to poverty, unemployment, and population growth, etc. And we can also see that most of the children are not able to go to school due to poverty, unemployment, and lack of awareness, etc. So when the government must work on this, then they provide good education to them, and make children future bright. Now we discuss about lack of health infrastructure. As we know, lack of health infrastructure is the biggest problem in today's time for the development of Bihar, because when there is a no hospitals and no clinics, especially in the rural areas, so it creates lots of problem for the people. So when the government must work on this. Tell me about the educational system of Bihar. As we know that the education system is very low in our Bihar, because most of the leaders think about their own profit. They don't think about public welfare, and many leaders make promises during elections time but fail to fulfill them after winning. Why is there lack of industries in Bihar? There is lack of industries in Bihar because there is no large number of factories and no industries, so it creates lots of problem. So why government is not focusing on making industries? Government, we can say that government must work on this to decrease the lack of industries in the development of Bihar. Tell me about health infrastructure in Bihar. As we know, health infrastructure is the biggest problem in today's time for development of Bihar, because when there is no hospitals and no clinics, then it creates lots of problem like shortage of doctors and shortage of nurses. Do you think overpopulation is a problem for the development? Yes, I think overpopulation is the biggest problem for the development of Bihar, because it creates lots of problems like water, food. When it are not available, then people cannot survive without water and food. We can. How Bihar losses glory? How did Bihar lose glory? Bihar, when it works on decision making, when it choose.
How are poverty and unemployment are playing a hurdle in front of Bihar development?
Poverty and unemployment play very important role for the development of Bihar, because we can see that most of the children are not able to go to school due to poverty and unemployment and lack of awareness. So when the government must work on this, then they provide when they provide good quality of education to them, then they improve.
Our government are providing lots of things regarding
But they
poor
don't-
people.
They provide government schools, etc., but they don't see them what are they teaching and
No. I have primary education like Anganwadi or like primary
but
education.
teachers are
This
not
type of.
but teachers are not good available on this at this.
No. Lastly, some years, it's a mandatory. It's a mandatory that the teachers will be compulsory to. What to
Yeah,
say,
but in
present
ancient
schools.
time, most of the teachers are not.
Not.
They
I'm
only
not.
think about their
I'm
own
not talking
profit.
about ancient times. I'm talking about right now. What is going on? Okay.
Yeah, it's going.
Right now, what's going on? I'm talking about that. So tell me about the answer regarding right now.
Yeah, government now government strict them. They surrounded in the at the hospital at the schools.
Yes.
Okay, Payal, tell me why NDRF forces are not working properly in the disaster management.
I know about disasters too much.
Okay, tell me a comment on education system of Bihar.
We know that education system is the biggest problem for the development in Bihar, because most of the leaders don't think about public profit. They only think about their own profit, and they only make promises. But then but when they are winning after election, then they don't provide. Uh, that they make promises to us.
Okay. How the lack of competent leaders responsible for the development of Bihar?
We know that lack of competent leaders is responsible because they, in many places, we can see that they make promises and then they often feel about when they are winning. And we can also see that it leads to poverty, unemployment, and lack of infrastructure literacy.
Okay. Tell me 4 steps in what way we can increase tourism in Bihar.
When government must
Okay, Payal. Okay, what do you think about population of Bihar?
population of Bihar is increases in nowadays. We can see that most of the women are getting married in their early age. So
Okay, most of the girls getting
women's,
women. Early marriage means it should be girl.
when they are not educated, then they getting married in their early age, and they don't think about their future.
Okay. So if there is a poor family in rural areas and they are not capable to provide anything because they are poor, they don't have any money. So on that time, it is very necessary to getting marry a girl on that point, and it should be free.
They only think that more hands, more power, and more,
In this condition, what is considered this thing?
because
I'm saying what? I'm saying what? If poor people,
you,
if poor family has a daughter and they don't have any money to provide anything to her, so on that condition, they should marry her, and it is good thing because they don't have any money.
what
So
again?
so they don't have any money, so that time they should marry her, and that is the good thing. So what
I
is
say
bad in thing?
in most of the cases, that type of situation created, not in all situations.
So what is the condition of that thing?
When
What is the situation like? A situation means what do you want to say?
when they think about that girls are not क्या बोलेंगे? Um, I don't know about this question too much.
As you said,
Yeah.
that is the same thing, like a poor family, they don't have any money, and what you said, that is the same thing. That's why they are getting married and in early age, and in early age, that is a good thing.
Yeah.
It is good thing.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good thing. How to control the population?
What?
How to control the population?
When women are educated, then they know about their how to lead future planning.
Okay, go for it.
How to lead in their children, how to lead their children in their future.
Okay, so we are increasing, but the land and the earth are not increasing.
Yeah.
It's not increasing. The same thing. We should not marry in future.
But
What about you? You will marry in future.
yeah, I married in future, but not
Why there
at
is a
that-
why there is a need of marrying, getting married?
because my parents focus me, not I want to marry in future.
And why there is a need of empowerment of women? If you are just taking the permission of parents,
Because in private
you can't choose a person in whole world who can take care of yours.
my parents is also
You just
take
relying.
care
You
of
just
me.
okay. What parents is decide, like what parents has decided for you.
Because they think about society.
Okay, they can think more about you.
Yeah.
What do you think about you?
But they also think about society. What did they say about me and my family and the status?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Ma'am, my first question is to you that if we are facing the education problem, then what kind of steps should be taken for improving it?
When we go to school to for education, And we also see that most of the children are not able to go to school due to poverty. Then government must work on this to provide them free quality of education.
But government is trying, like that government is trying to attract the students by providing the midday meal also. So I think that it's a good initiative of the government.
But government don't make strict laws to them.
So what kind of strict law we need?
When they
Even
go
I
to
told in that actually I'm forgetting the which condition I told that even the 70% attendance was mandatory upon every student, but still students are not attending the class with the
because
regularity.
they are not only focused on become they because in become when they are know about when they want to become degree, it not gets they don't get more money. Then they only also do other courses,
Other courses means
professional courses, when they are also doing some other works beside.
then after that we are blaming the teachers that the teachers are not providing the quality of education.
Yeah, but all the teachers are not that type of but when we nowadays when we go to school, we can also see that teachers are teaching very well.
So it means that we don't need to take any kind of step.
We take steps when they are not when we are not strict to them, then they are not teaching
So what
well.
kind of restriction we need? Already there are so many restrictions which was brought by the government.
When they are going to see them what they are doing in the class.
Already the government, already the teachers are always upon the students. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.